Hi, I'm Rosaleen, or Rosie, Moriarty-Simmonds, a mouth painting artist with the Mouth and Foot Painting Artists, an international cooperative of artists who can literally only paint with our mouth or feet. The Mouth and Foot Painting Artists, or MFPA for short, challenged its artists to paint or draw something fun and uplifting and to record it, then upload whatever we had created onto our Facebook or Instagram pages using the hashtag Mouth and Foot Challenge or hashtag Boca Pie Challenge. The first challenge, paint a rainbow with everything will be fine as the inspiration behind it. Well, since February, I have been planning, sketching, and painting this image, which I have called Peace and Harmony. It's a dove of peace surrounded by sun rays, and as it happens, in rainbow colours. And that's why I've entered this piece for the challenge. This painting is in acrylics and painted on board. The design is something I have been thinking about and sketching for a number of months. In February, I pencil outlined the sketch, and then it sat around for a bit while I finished off a watercolour painting I was doing. In the middle of March, when we had to self-isolate, I got my husband to put down the masking tape, and I started off with the yellow sun ray. As you can see, I am working in quite close proximity to the painting. This gives me better control over the paintbrush, which is essential in tricky and small detailed areas. You may have noticed that my canvas board is upside down. Despite the fact that my electric-powered wheelchair can be raised up and down, my reach is still quite limited. So by turning the painting upside down, or even putting it at an angle, this allows me to paint without having to stretch too much, which might otherwise cause painting errors. Each different coloured sunray required 2 or even 3 coats of paint, depending on its hue and pigmentation. This bit was quite tricky and required a lot of concentration. I had to paint around the olive branch leaves that the dove is carrying in his beak. Again, I am working on a tricky area and quite close to the dove. I keep having to remind myself to breathe between strokes rather than at the point of coming towards the canvas, especially in small detailed areas, as this can cause the brush to move even slightly just when you really don't want it to. Blue is my favourite colour, and I have managed to sneak 2 tones of them into this rainbow coloured painting: cobalt blue and cerulean blue. Taking it easy again around the olive branch leaves, this time with a beautiful deep orange colour. Having moved on from a delicate area, I am now able to use bigger and bolder strokes. Having said that, it is still important to have the masking tape placed exactly on the line to ensure that I get the straight lines that I'm looking for. I have now moved on to using Pro markers in 2 different shades of blue to lay down my outlining and shadowing of the dove. The next phase of the painting required an awful lot of concentration and was really scary because one slip and the whole painting could have been ruined. Laying down the green for the olive branches, a mixture of orange and yellow for the beak, then added a little blue and violet for the dove's eye, and breathe. Having already laid down 2 coats of white paint for the dove itself, I am now adding more white paint, but this time using this stick with silicone shapes on the end to give it some texture. I am quite pleased with the way this painting has turned out. Like all of my artwork, it is bright, bold and colourful, having used all of the colours in the rainbow and maybe a couple extra. I have now shown you how I did this painting, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Now I challenge you, children and adults, to draw or paint a simple rainbow, or even a more advanced rainbow image, but please try and do it with your mouth or your foot. Record it whilst doing it, upload whatever you create onto your Facebook or Instagram page. Most importantly, please use the following hashtags: Mouth and Foot Challenge or hashtag Boca Pie Challenge. Thank you. And finally, if you would like to see more of my artwork, here are some links below, together with the links to the mouth and foot painting artists generally. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing your artwork. And don't forget to link me in.